He is ass.
I think the rematch with Roach versus Gervonta can actually be more exciting than the first one. In my opinion, I've said this many times.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, Roach is a hell of a fighter. He proved he was a hell of a fighter, so he need to get that credit. He's a hell of a fighter. I don't know who's going to win that rematch.
Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis engaged in a heated exchange of stares. Tank asserted with assurance that Roach doesn't hit hard, demonstrating his familiarity with his opponent. Davis looked more focused and driven than in their last bout, suggesting he's ready to take charge of the rematch and prove himself.
Ready, man. I'm happy to be at this point. I feel as though the talking is over. It's time is now, so I'm ready. We've been working hard in this camp.
The stakes are high for Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach's impending rematch. From an emotional and competitive standpoint, Davis thought he earned the victory and felt that the draw in the prior fight was unfair. His desire for the rematch is fueled by this feeling of injustice. In the meantime, Roth is exercising assiduously in an effort to demonstrate that his strength was the cause of Davis's knee injury during their previous altercation. A dramatic and furious duel where both competitors are keen to demonstrate supremacy is set up by this battle of wills.
Lamont Roach throwing his hands fast as hell. He's in the gym preparing. I think the rematch with Roach versus Gervonta can actually be more exciting than the first one. In my opinion, I've said this many times, the actual fight itself wasn't that crazy. The crazy thing is what you've never seen before, the knee. But as far as a boxing match, it was, if you look at the copy box, they didn't throw a lot of punches. It wasn't like, it wasn't really a great fight. But as far as the fight itself, the second one can't, because I think Tank is coming for blood. He's not going to pull his punches at all. I don't think he really did the first time, but I'm not sure how well he prepared or how mentally focused he was. I think you're going to get the very best Tank in a rematch, and you may just get an even better Lamont Roach, since Lamont Roach don't have to speculate if he's good enough. He fought Tank. He has more confidence now than he did before, and he felt that he was robbed. So he's going to be on one. I think the rematch is going to be far more exciting.
Davis has a strong desire to quiet his detractors and regain his position as the leader of his division. He follows a strict training schedule that emphasizes strength, quickness, and tactical advancements. Davis is committed to fixing any flaws revealed during the initial interaction and recognizes that every detail matters. His dedication to winning and winning decisively is demonstrated by his unrelenting preparation, which demonstrates that he is still a top athlete, capable of adapting and overcoming obstacles.
Everybody really think Tank go take the L. I've been seeing it. They say it's over. They think that this time Lamont go in more confident, knowing that basically he can, really take it to Tank. Yeah, I want him to go in there confident. He's very skilled. Go in there confident, because you gonna go up against a different Tank. Like I told y'all in previous videos, he go in there confident, thinking he could walk Tank down. Don't forget, with Tank, if he get you on that button, them lights going off. I don't care who you is. Remember how it ended up with Frank Martin? So yeah, don't go in there thinking that you going against like somebody that, like Ryan Garcia, somebody that's gonna fold. You going against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think that confidence is what's gonna get Lamont dropped. Because one thing I will say, with Tank, that wasn't your best fight against Lamont, bro. I feel like you was in your head too much. You was overconfident, and you was really just, your mind was in y'all story, the lore and everything with y'all history. You ain't going there like, I'm fighting a stranger. You going there like, oh, this Lamont. This from the same camp. We from the same area. But now I think that whole situation woke him up, because you got to think, Tank not used to losing. He not used to people being against him. He not used to being the one that like got to step back from the situation. That's why I think he being hushed right now, because when he come this time, it ain't no talking. And that's why I think it's scary, because we never see Tank in that mode where he don't say a word. I think this gonna be a different Tank. And what's crazy is Tank used to be like that in the beginning, like when he was with Floyd. Like, I'm talking about Tank with the fade, with the waves, bro. He ain't used to be on that showboat and stuff until he got, like, a little bit more in the boxing, thing. Of course, once you with Floyd, you're going to start being flashy and doing back.
Discipline and accuracy are hallmarks of Roach's rematch training strategy. His first day back in camp signifies a fresh focus, with the specific goal of coming out of it more polished and ready than before. Roach is honing his technical skills and physical condition in recognition of the fight's importance. The goal of every training round simulation, every punch and every defensive move is to improve his performance. This degree of commitment demonstrates that he is prepared to give it his all in a contest against Davis.
Lamont Roach in training camp, ready for one of the biggest rematches in 2025 against Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the biggest faces. What a
Respect for his opponent and maturity are evident in Roach's attitude heading into the rematch. Although there was no clear winner in the first battle, he admits that there is less room for error today. Roach's interviews demonstrate his ability to plan strategically. He is mentally. This realistic attitude demonstrates that Roach is ready for any circumstance that may arise inside the ring and does not depend on previous results or undervalue Davis's skills. Rather, he views this as a completely new task that calls for extreme attention and flexibility.
How many rematches have you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't get me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. Just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
Keshan Davis's perspective gives the story an exciting new dimension. Because of the champion's fluctuating emotional condition, he sees the bout as both balanced and unexpected. While Lamont Roach is presented as a strong and accomplished opponent whose desire is unwavering, Keshan suggests that Gervonta's passion for boxing may not be at its height, which might affect his energy and focus in the ring. There is a lot of suspense and drama around the fight because of the difference between an underdog who is motivated and a champion who may be losing interest.
Version he shows up with, and no disrespect to Roach, but you know what I mean.
No, that is disrespectful to Roach, and like y'all fight fans gotta realize that is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like he in there fighting another grown man that ain't going for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think Roach is gonna come with another game plan or something better or this, that, and third? So when they had a rematch, are y'all still gonna say, oh, Take's still not his full self ever since he fought whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like Roach is a hell of a fighter. He proved he was a hell of a fighter, so he need to get that credit. He's a hell of a fighter. I don't know who's gonna win that rematch. I honestly feel like Tank is losing love for the sport, or he lost the love for the sport, and he's no longer hungry anymore.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Yet you got a guy that's just super hungry and never had no attention, now getting all his attention, and now he get around two of his attention. Is like, shit, that's kind of hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Tank is he's still a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's 50-50. And to your point, we were saying, okay, he lost love of the sport.
Beyond a single bout, these two fighters' rivalry has grown to be a crucial period. In each of their careers, Davis was known as an almost invincible knockout artist, but Roach's performance disproved that notion by showcasing incredible fortitude and cunning. This highlighted both parties' shortcomings and potential areas for development. Roach, in particular, returned with fresh perspectives and an improved training regimen after gaining confidence from matching Davis.
But they've known each other. These two have known each other for a while. Does Lamont Roach just understand a way to beat or frustrate Tank in a way that others don't? You know what I mean? Like, has he just found it, so to speak? Like, I have a lot I want to find out after that, because the first fight was so controversial. I think leaving it up to a draw is fine, whatever, even though under the letter of the law, Tank probably should have lost this fight, and probably would have if they counted the knockdown when he took a knee. He blamed it on grease. I assume he won't on his hair. And it could get greasy. Like, Amanda Serrano was like, yo, that's what fucking put me out of a fight in Puerto Rico. And then we were subjected to her beating the shit out of Stevie Morgan not that long later. So like, that's kind of what it is. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this because of the first fight. And I think you have to give Lamont Roach a real shot, even though I still would say Tank figures it out and gets it done and takes it more seriously this time.
Yeah, I think that because they're so familiar with each other, like these guys fought each other when they were kids. And then Lamont Roach comes into the ring and listen, regardless, like Lamont Roach came in there and he was confident. And I don't think a lot of people believe that he was going to be able to get it done against Tank. People thought that Tank was going to knock him out. Here's the thing though, Tank is actually super skilled. Like, he doesn't throw a lot. When he does, he's extremely accurate, but he does have skill. And what he does is he reels in his fighters and he ends up landing big shots on them that end up knocking his opponent out.
Lamont Roach's validity as a credible contender is demonstrated by the respect he receives from professional fighters and analysts. Roach's versatility is shown by Shakur Stevenson's compliments. He is more than simply a powerful hitter thanks to his timing and defense. Joe Rogan's expectation that a heated struggle demonstrates that this is a high-stakes clash driven by both personal and professional objectives, rather than just a regular matchup. The expectation that a battle would be fierce and emotionally heated rises with this degree of focus and analysis.
What do you think, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamont Roach, giving him a tough fight? What do you
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Did you think Lamont won the first fight? 154 and fight.
I asked two questions at the same time. I ain't hear shit y'all just asked.
Do you really want to move up to 154 after this fight, kind of thing?
Yo, I kind of said 154. I probably was stretching it. I'm stretching 154, but I'll fight him at 147. 147, me and Conor could get it in.
Shakur, Johnny Boy Boxing and fight him. If you beat Zepeda, do you feel that that's the toughest test of your career? And they'll give you the credit if you win?
Who knows? It's a never-ending process,
In camp, so knowing the coaches, they knowing us, it's both ways. It ain't just our way, coming from both sides. So, but no, was I shocked? No. I think Tank tried to tell y'all. Calvin tried to tell y'all, Burry tried to tell y'all, but they didn't want to hear it. They just so stuck on trying to force Tank to fight who they want him to fight. And it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just was made for a great fight. So people need to just sit back and get ready for part two.
It's gonna be epic, man. I can't wait for part two, man. Do you got anything to say to the fans, about part two, about anything that you got going on coming up, social media, anything?
No, just say get ready, man. Put your seatbelts on, and when this thing happen, man, make sure y'all support. Come to the fight, buy the fight. And be the biggest fan, cheering whoever you're cheering for, no matter. But you're gonna see another great performance by the Reaper, man. The Reaper ain't playing. He got a big bag, like you said, big 2 bag.
What do you think the difference would be, though?
You gonna see the difference. I believe we want to fight. Nobody can tell us different. The majority of the world believe we want to fight. So you're gonna see. Both of them gonna raise their level. Both of them. So
yeah.
They're gonna make for a greater fight.